Hey there, hi there, hello there, internet dwellers, and welcome to another episode of the GC Informer. With me, your host, Orange Lightning, once again bringing you the weekend news. Gonna start off with a few short, snappy stories, and then look at one or two in perhaps a little more depth. So let's try it, shall we? And jump straight into it. All you Overwatch fans out there, they are preparing for an event for the Year of the Dog, much like last year's Year of the Rooster, so be prepared for that. Blizzard have not given much information so far on what the Year of the Dog is going to entail. Tail. But considering Year of the Rooster involved new skins for characters and a new game mode in particular, then it's probably not too much of a stretch to think that there's going to be a new game mode for the Year of the Dog event as well. If it will be the same, don't know, or something totally different would be really interesting. But that will be kicking off on February 8th, so just under a week to go until we all find out anyway. If you are a fan of the Humble Bundle store, which I definitely am, the new month has begun, so you can go and subscribe now to get the next batch of games for the end of February. And the free game that's been announced already that you can download straight away as soon as you pay is Dark Souls 3. But not just Dark Souls 3 is available, you'll also get the DLC Ashes of Ariandel. So for $12, if you don't already have Dark Souls 3, you can get it, and then at the end of the month you'll get a bunch of other stuff as well. So last month saw subscribers get Civilian 6 with some DLC, and the likes of Owlboy, Tacoma, and Snake Pass, to name a few of the other games. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, has been delayed by around a month, Sega has now announced. Due to a tough business decision, Sega have announced on Twitter without really giving it any other information, Yakuza 6 is now scheduled to come out on April 27th instead of March 20th as it was due to. However, there will be a playable demo coming to the PS4 on February 27th, so those of you who are eager to get your hands on the game can get a little bit of a start on it. Yakuza 6 follows directly after Yakuza 5 and looks to be the conclusion of the storyline for the main protagonist, Kazuma Kiryu. Far Cry 5 DLC has now been announced by Ubisoft, and it's a little bit of a surprise because rather than focusing on extensions to the Far Cry 5 very controversial storyline that's already bubbling around everywhere, they've instead opted to do something a little more akin to Far Cry 3's Blood Dragon, the rather quirky standalone cybery adventure thing that I've been meaning to play. So what can you expect from Far Cry 5's DLC? Well, how does Dead Living Zombies sound to you? Players taking on hordes of the undead? Sounds familiar, that's what I'll say. But then we also have Hours of Darkness, perhaps a more serious segment of the DLC, which will be taking you back into the horrors of Vietnam. And then something completely different yet again is Lost on Mars, transporting players into space, dropping them on the red planet itself, and battling mutants and abnormally large spiders. So it's quite a mishmash there. We've got zombies, we've got Vietnam, we've got space. They're pushing the boat out of Far Cry 5, and from the success of Blood Dragon, I would say, they are jumping on this different, bizarre, quirky little additions to the game rather than DLC that just keeps continuing the storyline. And as an added addition as well, Far Cry 3's remastered version is going to be a standalone game, but if you do buy the season pass for Far Cry 5, you will get access to it for 4 weeks before it comes out. So that's pretty cool. And my final story for today, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is back again on my radar, but for something quite cool actually. They are making steps and implementations to halt cheating. Yes, something PUBG has been notoriously attacked for ever since it came out, aside from many other things, is people's ability to cheat, and boy do they use it. Up till now, Plunkbat have been relying on third-party cheat software to stop the players, and They have halted quite a few, but they are deciding now to take matters into their own hands, and they are currently developing their own anti-cheat software. The developers have said they are looking for programs that hook into their game and transform the game files themselves. But this does open lots of cans of worms, and anomalies will be present, as it could cause the developers to diagnose something as being cheating when actually it's not used to gain any advantage in the game. So the example of this that has come up is Reshade, a program that is used to make things look a little bit nicer in games by applying post-processing effects. So smoothing things out, changing colours, that sort of thing. It's mainly top level cosmetics. However, for a game like PUBG, that can be dangerous, as if you're smoothing out the graphics, you would likely be able to see enemy players more clearly than other people can. What is worrying though is that there is a function that players have discovered through Reshade that you can actually zoom in, and that is a problem because one of the mechanics of PUBG is finding scopes to make your zoom a little better. So if people are doing that without scopes, well then, boom goes the community. But a community manager has reported that Reshade is going to be specifically targeted, so say goodbye to smoothness. They're also going to crack down on people who manipulate files by deleting things. Some players are deleting maps that they don't like, but if you tamper with the game files, that will also be flagged up as well. This sort of thing is good, but you know, like haters, cheaters are gonna cheat. By all means, though, making it harder to cheat, good thing. And that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining. News was a little bit light, so I crammed in a few small stories. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave your comments below. February looks like a very interesting month for game releases, so let us know what you're looking forward to. And as always, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more awesome gaming content. And if you want to see more from me, you can check me out on Orange Lightning Playzone over on Twitch and on here, YouTube, and Orange Light PZ on Twitter. So, enjoy the rest of your weekend, take care for now, and bye!